Hey, how's it going everybody? Wacky Weirdo here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys some of the basics that you'll need to know before you enter the world of SCUM. Now first off, I want to talk about the character creation process, which is this right here. Now this is your character, and if you move your mouse across his eyes, he actually follows the mouse, which is kind of cool and creepy at the same time. But anyways, let's talk about this good stuff over here. So you can change your name, you can change your age, you can select between 4 different head types currently. I'm sure that'll change in the future. You can have tattoos off or on. If you have it on, you have 4 different tattoo selections. Now in the future they're going to be adding a skin color changer. You'll be able to choose a female. You'll be able to select the flaw, the crime your character committed, and also the outfit that they're wearing, which is pretty cool. But the most important part is this right here, your attribute values. Now if you've played a Fallout game before, you already know what this is. You put points towards strength, constitution, dexterity, and intelligence. Now I want to let you guys know, intelligence is very important. And the reason is, the devs have said if you put it on 1, you will never be able to level up your intelligence as you play the game. Now you could put strength on 1, and as you play the game, your strength will slowly build up, and you could eventually get strength to 5 just by playing the game. But intelligence, if you were to put it at 1, there's nothing you can do in the game to raise your intelligence. You'll just be a dumbass forever. So this is my setup right here. I got my intelligence to 5, dexterity to 3, constitution to 3.8, and strength to 2.2. Now, I don't know why you're not able to level up your intelligence. I honestly hope in the future they add books that are spread throughout the map. And if you find a book, you can have your character read it, and it'll help boost your intelligence a bit. I think that would be pretty kick-ass. Now next, you want to put the points towards your skills. So currently, strength has boxing, rifles, melee weapons, and handgun. Now, I really enjoy melee combat in this game. So I'll put my boxing on basic, and melee weapons will put it on basic. Now for constitution, you got resistance, endurance, and running. What I did was I put my endurance to medium and put the rest towards running, because in this game you are going to be running a lot. It's a big ass map, it's an open world survival game, doesn't currently have vehicles, so you're going to want to have your endurance and your running up. That way you can run a bit faster and you can run a bit longer. And down here, dexterity. Currently there's only stealth and throwing. I put all mine towards stealth, that way your stealth is advanced. And then here we go, the intelligence skills. As you can see, intelligence has the most amount of skills. You got survival, cooking, tactics, camouflage, medical, sniping. Now what I do is I put my awareness on advanced, and then I put the rest towards survival, because survival is going to help you where you can live a little bit longer if you go without drinking or eating or any of that stuff. And then awareness, this is a very useful skill right here, because if you have it on advanced and you hold down the right mouse button, it's basically like wearing contacts, because it gets quiet and you'll be able to hear footsteps or movement or different things like that. So it'll help if you're hunting animals, it'll help if you're trying to listen out for players in the area. So it's a very good skill to have. And then what you want to do after you have everything, you just hit create. Alright, so after you've created your character and you've spawned into the world, it's going to look like this. It's going to spawn you in a random sector on the map wearing your silky sexy orange jumpsuit. Now if you look up in the top right hand corner, you can see your fame points and your rank. You start off with 0 fame points and your rank is nobody. Now in the bottom left hand corner, you have your health meter, stamina meter, energy meter, and hydration meter. You definitely want to keep a close eye on those as you play the game. Something else you want to keep an eye on is this. You can access this by pressing the plus key on your numpad. You want to keep an eye on your stomach volume, your intestine volume, colon volume, and bladder volume. Your bladder volume, if it's too full, you're going to have to piss. You don't want your character's bladder to explode. If your colon volume is too full, you're going to want to take a shit. If your stomach volume is too full, your character will start barfing uncontrollably. So you want to make sure you keep an eye on that. You don't want to eat too much. You don't want to drink too much. Now, something else you want to keep an eye on is your sicknesses. So you can access that by pressing tab on the keyboard. Click right here, your metabolism, and then you want to look under the sicknesses tab. Because as you're playing the game, you might notice that your health is decreasing for some reason. You might notice that your character's barfing a lot or shitting uncontrollably. So you want to check your sicknesses, see what they are. That way you know what's going on with your character's body. Now there are different medications and shit you can find spread throughout the map that you can find to help certain sicknesses. But some sicknesses I think you're pretty much fucked, because I have died randomly before just for having something stupid. Next you want to check the events tab. So if you're one of those people who want to gain some fame points right away, as soon as you join a server, you can just click up here and join into a team deathmatch, a cargo assault, or a regular deathmatch. And if you get kills and win these matches, you get more fame points, you build your rank, and that's a good way to go about doing that. Now here we have the crafting tab. These are all the different items you can currently craft in the game. You have food items, you have clothing items, shelter, campfires, and then you have multiple weapons, and you can also craft bullets and whatnot. And over here we have your inventory. You have your 2 big holsters. You can carry 2 big melee weapons, 2 rifles, or a big melee weapon and a rifle. It's up to you. Then you have your quick access right here for your little items like grenades, knives, pistols. And then you have what's in your hand. Over here, these are your clothing items. And this opens up your clothing item inventory just by clicking that. Something else you can do if you want a more immersive experience is get rid of the HUD by pressing the subtraction key on your numpad. Boom, look at that. Now you can just run around, just you and the world. And if you want to bring it back, you just press the key again. Booyah. Something else I want to talk about is the map. And you can bring that up by pressing M on your keyboard. Voila. As you can see up in sector C4, a little blue arrow, that is me. You can actually see yourself on the map. That way you know exactly where you're going. You don't have to worry about getting lost and ending up in a town you didn't want to go to, like you would in DayZ. You don't have to worry about spending hundreds of hours in a world running around trying to figure out how to get to specific locations. You just bring up your map and boom, go wherever you want. Never have to worry about getting lost, and I love that. Now this map is divided into sectors. You have 4 A sectors, 4 B sectors, 4 C sectors, and 4 D sectors. Now each sector has its own unique towns, environments, and rare loot locations. Now I'm going to be putting a map up on the screen right now that shows you some of the rare loot locations that I know of so far. I haven't completely explored this big ass map. I don't know every single rare loot location, but you will be seeing ones that I have currently discovered, and hopefully that'll help you guys get some good loot as soon as you start the game. So when you start off the game, you have 0 weapons, but that can change in a matter of seconds. All you have to do is look at the ground, press F to search for rocks. Then after you do that, you want to hit tab so you can see what's in your vicinity. Now as you can see, we have 3 rocks, but we only need 2. So you want to left click, then right click. Craft stone knife. Boom. This is how you can get your first weapon. It can either be used as a weapon, or it can be used to cut up clothing items and turn them into rags. Rags are definitely going to be very important, because if you get hit by a puppet, you will most likely start bleeding, so you're going to want to be able to patch the wounds right away. What I'm going to be doing is cutting up my clothes. You may be thinking, why would you want to do that? That's your only way of storing items. Trust me. You'll see why momentarily. Alright, I'm going to cut up my pants. Oh yeah. Look at that beautiful animation. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to want to cut up one of the rags and turn it into rag strips, because we're going to need 5 rag strips. Alright, we're going to have to cut up one more rag. We need 5 rag strips. Alright, boom. Now we have 3 rags, 5 rag strips, and we have our stone knife. So now we want to go to the crafting section. Then you want to choose improvised rope. Then you want to craft that with your rag strips. Alright, as you can see, we have our improvised rope, we have 3 rags, and we have our stone knife. So now we want to craft an improvised courier backpack. Now this is going to allow us to store more items than we could with just our pants and our shirt. So it's worth cutting up your clothes for. The backpack takes a little while. Boom. Let's go to inventory. Boom, there we go. As you can see, we've got 9 slots. We only had 3, so we went from 3 to 9 slots. We'll carry a little bit of rag strips in case we need them again. Alright, something else you can do if you don't want to use a stone knife as a weapon, you can find a bush. So let's go ahead and find a bush. Oh, I see a bush right here. Gotta watch out for that puppet. Don't fight me yet, puppet. You will get your chance. Alright, here we go. We got a bush. I'm gonna go ahead and chop it down. Now if you chop down a bush, you get small wooden sticks and long wooden sticks. And you can use those to craft an improvised spear. So you want to select the long wood stick and your stone knife. Boom. Craft improvised wooden spear. Now these things come in handy. You can usually one-shot a puppet if you can get them in the head with it. I suck at throwing, so a lot of times I miss and I'll hit them in the shoulder or in the chest and they'll come at me and then I gotta punch them in the face. Now, after you look like this, you have your stone knife, your courier bag, you have your spear. You're probably gonna wanna get some clothing because you're gonna feel naked. You can do that by killing a puppet, or you can run to the nearest town, search the houses. I'm sure you'll find some type of clothing items within inside the houses and the broken washers. But let's go ahead and kill this puppet and take his cool outfit. Alright, I missed him completely. I'm trash. As you can see, my character is skinnier, so he's faster with the punches than a muscular or a chunkier person would be. Problem is, I'm not as strong as a muscular or chunkier person, so it's going to take longer to kill the puppet. But after you kill the puppet, you will have a new outfit. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that shit. See how easy that was? We got a courier bag, we got a stone knife, we got a spear, and we got a sexy new outfit. Alright, something quick I want to show you guys is how to cancel an animation. Because at first you might think that you're stuck in a permanent animation, but you're not. So if you're, let's say cutting down something. All you want to do is hit tab, click that, boom. Animation canceled. Hit tab, boom, canceled. Alright, something else. If you're being chased by a puppet or a group of puppets and you feel like you're not going to be able to kill them and you're scared, all you want to do is you just want to run until you find an open window. And you want to vault inside of it. And boom, you're safe. Puppets can't climb in windows. They can't open doors. So it's a good way to evade the puppets. So the final thing I really want to talk about is the ability to craft your own shelter. And this shelter can be revived at if you have enough fame points. So what you want to do is Just make sure that you have a knife, a stone knife, hatchet, something that you can chop down bushes with, because you're going to need 10 long wooden sticks, which comes from bushes, 6 small wooden sticks, which come from bushes, and then you'll also need 2 improvised ropes, which require 5 rag strips apiece. I already showed you how to craft those previously. So now we have everything we need. We chose the shelter. Let's go ahead and craft it. All right, let's have a look at it, shall we? Boom, here's our shelter. Now, if you open up your map, there's an H on the map, which stands for home, because that is now your home base. You will always know exactly where it is, no matter where you're at on the map. And if you die, like I said, if you got enough fame points, you can respawn right at it. Now, if you want to craft a fireplace, I will show you how to do this also. So let's go ahead and click Fire Ring. As you can see, it requires 8 stones, requires 4 wood logs, and 1 rag. Now, in order to get the wood logs, you're going to need an axe of some sort. Now, the axe is really easy to build. All you got to do is get 2 stones, turn them into a small stone axe head, get 1 long wooden stick from a bush, and have either a regular rope, improvised rope, whichever you prefer, combine them, and you have the stone axe. Now let's go ahead and cut down this tree so we can get the wooden logs. Boom, there we go. As you can see, we have the 4 wooden logs, we have the rag, but we are missing the stones. So, in order to get the stones, go ahead and free up space. Then I'm going to search for stones. Now the problem with stones are, even if you drop them somewhere, they tend to vanish. So your best course of action is to put them in your backpack or your fanny pack, whatever you have. That way they don't vanish. We need 8 stones. Alright, we got 5. Alright, now we just need 1 more. There we go. Alright, so we have all the stones we need. So now, we'll go to crafting. As you can see, it's ready to be crafted. We have 4 wood logs, the rag, and the 8 stones. Let's go ahead and craft that. And boom, look at that. We got our fire. Now you may be wondering, how do I light the fire if I don't have matches or a Zippo lighter? Well, all you have to do is craft this, a fire drill, which requires 2 long wooden sticks and a knife. It doesn't have to be a stone knife, it can be any of these kinds of knives right here. But as you know, we've got our stone knife, so we're going to be using it. So let's go ahead and hit craft, get ourselves the fire drill. Boom, it has been crafted. Now we'll just go ahead and put the fire drill in our hands, and then what you want to do is walk up to the fire, tab, click the fire, click your fire drill, right click, and hit light fire. And there you go. So you got yourself a shelter, a campfire, and you're ready for what this world has to bring. You can also craft a wooden box to stash items in if you want to. It requires 2 improvised ropes and wooden planks. Now you can get wooden planks from these big boys right here. You need 8 of them. And as you can see, We've got 8. Problem is we don't have the 2 improvised ropes or the 1 regular rope that we need in order to craft it. But if we did, we could craft the box right here. You could stash your items in it. I wouldn't recommend stashing a box this close to a town though, or your shelter, or a campfire. Definitely want to put it deep into the woods somewhere, but I just put it here for tutorial purposes. But anyways, I hope this video helped you guys learn a few things about SCUM, and maybe I'll see you in the battlefield. Thanks for watching.